Delineation was never supposed to be an affront to Africans and Caribbeans. It was only ever meant to serve as a beacon of disaggregation of information. So, for example, all over Nigeria, the Wolof are not pretending to be the Fulani. The Igbo are not pretending to be the Hausa. The Yoruba are not pretending to be the Igbo. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, they know they're all Niger. They know that they all come from one country, but there are separate groups. And you can tell, who belongs where, whose ancestral lands are wherever. You got even more delineation if you think about Somalia. The Hawiye are not, they don't see themselves as inclined to the northern ancestral land of the Ishaq. You don't see that, right? And people fly. I'm from Seattle. People fly not just Somalia flags, not just Somaliland flags, but even Kabil flags, like tribal flags. That's all we're doing here. You've been doing it for centuries. Black Americans, we're only starting to. Because as far as we were concerned, we're all black. But we quickly learned a lesson that when we say that, it's our black that gets left behind. So you got people like, yeah, well, we come to this country and we do better than you. Bet. And that's why we're going to fix this. We're not going to fix you. You do you. This is why we're fixing us. This is why this cultural renaissance is here. You're right. You got here a generation and a half ago and you get loans and businesses and you do things with your community we have not been allowed to do with ours. Allowed. You think because something is written on paper that it's supposed to, like, there's de jure and there's de facto. There's what the law says and there's how the law is practiced. I remember an apartment building on MLK called Creston Point. When Creston Point opened in Renton, Washington, it was housing displaced people from Hurricane Katrina. In under 2 years, Creston Point became almost completely Somali. Almost completely refugee immigrant because there's something called acceptable black. And one thing that the indigenous Black American is not is safe, acceptable black to our nation. And we have a history of this in our nation, fighting for rights that other people get to enjoy so that our governments and the mainstream culture can say, look, we did it. Look, there's affirmative action. Look, but doesn't benefit us in any way or only into the margins. So with this delineation thing, it's not about being better than you. It's not about being less African than you. It's about gathering ourselves around ourselves and say, you know what, you might be right. You people who like to pop off at the mouth about Black Americans and how we have no culture and how we have no whatever. Now, I know you're wrong, but let's just say you're right. We're going to clean house. Thank you for the constructive criticism. Now we're going to clean house. And that should not be a threat to you. And if it's been made out by my people to be that way, I would like to apologize. That's not what it's about. It was never about you. It was never, so much of what Black Americans have done has been about everybody. We've never done anything for ourselves. And we're at a place in our human history as a culture to where we're focusing on ourselves. And this is a great thing. It's not a great thing for everybody, but it doesn't have to be. When Jamaicans focus on themselves, it doesn't have to be a great thing for everybody. It's a great thing for them, and that's all that matters. So, likewise.